Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about Pokemon investing, pre-orders, and just the general anxiety I think a lot of us investors, but also just collectors in general, are experiencing in the hobby. And I kind of just want to zoom out and look at life, look at the bigger picture, I think. And to do this, I want to use a quote from the great Tony Stark. No amount of money ever bought a second of time. And, obviously it came from a movie. You guys might think it's corny, but it's true. No amount of money will ever buy you more time. And time is definitely our most valuable asset in life. So if you have money already, should you really be chasing more money, or should you be better spent, using your time to the fullest and, really actually living life? Because I know for a lot of us, and by a lot, I mean actually all of us, but for the sake of not having that one nerd in the comments, arguing about semantics, most of us, there will be things outside of Pokemon investing in our lives that are important to us. So, don't worry if you miss a pre-order for Prismatic Evolutions PCTBs. Don't worry if you miss a pre-order for just the regular ETBs, or you miss the restock of Sea and Sky boxes, or maybe the booster bundles come back in and you miss them. Like, don't get too worried about it. But when it comes to our overall investing strategy, right? And this is obviously an investing channel, not a flipping channel. Don't worry about having such a short-term mindset when it comes to this. It's okay to hold stuff for 5, 10 years. So when I see people talking about surging sparks and wanting to get into, the booster boxes, which are now over $200, and I've even talked about this, right? But, my mindset's probably a bit different from some of you guys in the sense that I probably have a bit shorter term mindset on certain things compared to a lot of you. If you're in this for the long haul, and you don't want to sell for 5 or 10 years, and you're really not too worried about it at all, buy boxes at $200, guys. Like, obviously, you're probably going to be able to get them at a cheaper price if there's a restock. Things could change in the short term, but time in the market is better than timing the market, for the vast majority of people, right? So if you're going to hold for 10 years, a Surging Sparks booster box more than likely is going to be worth a lot more than $200 in 10 years, right? So, don't worry about it. Don't spend hours of your day, trying to catch a restock on, some website or whatever. If you have the money, if you already are doing well in your life, you're quite successful, and you value your time a lot higher than most of these other people, myself included, just buy the product, right? Put it away. Don't worry about it. Now, if you're in a position where, maybe your time isn't worth as much as someone who's already super wealthy, maybe you value the money more and, making some shorter term plays. I'm definitely in that boat, right? Like, I'm not a millionaire in any sense, and, I'm still in my 20s. I don't feel super young a lot of days, but, I'm still quite young comparatively to a lot of you guys that watch these videos. So for me, I have a lot of stuff that I want to hold longer term, but also have a lot of stuff that, I think I, want to move in the shorter term. If I see a play where I can make 50, 60, 70% fairly fast, I'm going to pull the trigger on it, right? So one example of this last night, and I'm sure some of you guys watched the video, the 151 booster bundles were restocked on Pokemon's, or not on Pokemon Center, excuse me, on Walmart.ca, 42.97 Canadian. So $46 Canadian. And again, sorry about conversions and stuff. You guys are gonna have to do it. A bit more expensive for us than the Pokemon Center restock. Uh, but I don't really know if there was a limit. I put in an order for 25. It went through, no problem, and it's already being processed. So, these are 70, $80 Canadian at this point. And I think if I go to Pokedata, I did put it in, right? So just based on what I bought last night, I've already seen a return of $866. Now, in practice, it wouldn't be that high after fees and stuff, but I probably made $500, just getting that deal right there then, and scooping some of these up on restock last night. So I'm super happy with that. But after I put in the order, I made the video. It was uploaded and everything. It was probably about 2:45 a.m. at that point. I got back into bed and I just thought to myself, like, I feel like shit right now. I'm tired. I don't feel great. And I really need to take better care of my body. So, for me, Was it worth it to, get online, open up my computer again, put in the order, make a video on it? I think probably still, right? But I know a lot of you guys are much more successful than me. You have a ton more money. You're absolutely crushing it in life. It might not be worth it for you, to wake up in the middle of the night, place an order, and make $500. I'm sure some of you guys make that in a day. Probably some of you even make that in an hour, right? So for you, getting a good night's sleep is much more important than that $500. And I just want you guys to put things into perspective, right? It's not all about the money. There is an end game for all of us when it comes to our investments. And I'm sure some of you guys want to pass them down to your kids. Maybe some of you guys want to, sell in 10 years and buy a home, whatever it is, right? But just put your priorities in order and really think about things, right? Because I know right now, so many people are looking at this hobby and they're getting stressed out, myself included, trying to get pre-orders in for Prismatic, trying to hop on restocks. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, right? Like for me, I still think it's worth it for me in the middle of the night to get up, place an order when there's a restock and try and jump on it to make a couple $100. For me, that's still worth it, but for you guys, it might not be. So don't stress if you don't get in. If you have a long-term mindset, just buy right now, right? So another thing, I just wanted to shout this out. This isn't too important to the subject today, but Hobbiesville also put up Journey Together pre-orders again today. If you go into Poking Notify and we look at where's Hobbiesville here, this went up at 2:32 p.m. PST, and I know I'm recording this like after 3 p.m., but I checked about 15 minutes later at about 2:45, 2:47, something like that p.m. It was already sold out again, right? So pre-orders for a set that isn't releasing for another 3 months is selling out pretty close to MSRP, maybe like $15, $20 below MSRP at this point. And we have no idea what the cards are going to be in it. So if you guys, want to play the game right now, just get pre-orders in. Like, honestly, if you see a good deal on a pre-order, just get it in because you're not going to find it cheaper. It doesn't matter what the restock is going to be. It seems like restocks are just continuing to go up on these products. So, that's the game we're playing, right? If you don't care for 10 years, just get the pre-order in, set it and forget it, move on with your life. I'm sure some of you guys, and maybe like myself, money might be a bit more important to you than your time. Maybe you want to, just set some notifications on certain sites and just try and see if you can find a bit better of a price. But this is the game we're playing right now, guys. Just accept it. It's going to be part of it moving forward for probably the next year, I would imagine, based on how much momentum we have right now. But again, to wrap up this video, because I've been rambling way too long, if you already have a lot of money, if you value your time, and again, you're gonna have to do your own analysis and figure it out for yourself. But if you value your time a lot more than just making a couple $100, don't worry about getting your pre-orders in right now, guys. Like, just once it comes out, whatever the price is, whatever you can get your hands on, just buy it. If you think it's gonna be the next Evolving Skies, Prismatic, or Sea and Sky, if Crown Zenith, whatever it is, right? Like, instead of buying these and trying to pick up a deal, like, just buy some ETBs of Crown Zenith, right? Like, whatever you guys think is going to crush it in 10 years, just buy it now then, right? Like, stop wasting all of your time trying to save a few dollars if you really don't need those dollars, right? So but again, on the flip side of that, if you are more worried about your money and you are just hustling right now and trying to make every dollar go as far as possible, and you're trying to make those flips and build your bankroll, then sure, maybe put a bit more time into it, right? Maybe get on Poke Notify and try and catch those 2 a.m. drops that not everyone is going to be awake for. So again, it comes down to what you value in life at this certain point. And I did want to say one more thing too. These did restock again at 7:12 this morning as well. So I know some of you guys said they sold out on my video. And they did come back in. I would keep your eye on this moving forward over the next week or two, just in case these do get restocked. And again, this is Walmart.ca, but keep an eye on Walmart.com. Keep an eye on the Pokemon Center as well. And whatever other stores you guys have, like Sam's Club and stuff like that. So we are seeing some restocks. So if you are about the hustle, keep your eyes peeled for potential plays to be made in the short term. So that's all I got to say in this video. I'm sorry for rambling. I didn't think this one out as well as I wanted to, but hopefully I got my point across. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this. Again, thank you so much for the support recently. Channel's been growing. You guys leaving likes and comments. You guys using, affiliate links, like if you are shopping on Hobbiesville, TCG Player, I saw someone put in an order, so thank you again. eBay as well. You guys, all the support, whether you're buying things, leaving a like, comment on the video, it really does mean the world to me, and it is crazy what I've done with this channel over the past year, and none of that would have been possible without you guys being here. So thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch you in the next one.